Good morning, children, and welcome to all of you in online classes. Dear students, we are discussing about second chapter of Snap Shorts book, and the name of chapter is the address. Dear students, this particular lesson, the address, as I have told you in previous videos also, that it has been written by one of the Dutch writer whose name is Marga Minko, or who was born on 31st March 1920, or worked as a writer, as a journalist, or his first book published in 1957, and the name of book is The Bitter Herb. This all I have told you in previous videos also. Dear students, this particular lesson, the address first part we have discussed. In that we discussed that how the central character, the narrator of the lesson, who visited to Mrs. Dorling 46 Marconi Street, house number 46 Marconi Street, how she visited that place, or how that lady Mrs. Dorling refused to recognize the narrator. How her intention was changed with the change of time. How she tried to refuse the truth. Though narrator's mother gave all her antique and cutleries and all other important items to Mrs. Dorling to keep them safe, and she was sure that after the war, when the situation will be normal, she will get all her things. For that, she told the address to the narrator. Mrs. Yes, mother of narrator, told her to recover all the things, to take the things back from that address, from Marconi Street, house number 46, from Mrs. Dorling. But when the situation became normal, dear students, as I have told you in previous video, in the first visit when narrator visited to that venue, to that place, the lady Mrs. Dorling showed her cleverness, showed her cunningness. Or she even did not give permission to the narrator to come inside the house. She was standing at the middle of the gate. I have told you all these things. Even she was not ready to accept, ready to recognize the writer. Writer once thought that she reached at wrong place or wrong address. But after seeing that board, she was sure that she was on the right address. One. Or second thing, she had worn the green knitted cardigan of her mother, Mrs. S. Means Mrs. Dorling was wearing the green knitted cardigan of Mrs. Yes, or that narrator has seen before. She has also pointed second things, the button which were used in that cardigans became colorless. So on the basis of these things, she was sure that she was at the right place, she was at the right address, but the intention of lady was not good, or she was not in mood to accept the narrator. She was not in mood to return the things to the narrator due to her greed, due to her selfish nature. Dear students, today we will discuss what happened when the narrator visited second time and on the same address, Marconi Street, house number 46. What happened? Whether she got success in entering in the house or not, whether she got entry in the house or not, we will discuss today about second part. After my first visit in vain to Mrs. Dorling house, the narrator here says that his first visit was useless, vain, worthless. I decided try to second time. The writer decided to visit at the same place second time and to see important things which were given to Mrs. Dorling by her mother. Yes. Now a girl about 15 opened the door to me. But this time when second time narrator visited, dear students, this time she was not welcomed by that greedy lady, that selfish lady, Mrs. Dorling. This time she was welcomed by any other person. She was welcomed by a 15-year girl, 15, or she was the daughter of Mrs. Dorling. Here is given, and I asked her if her mother was at home. The writer inquired whether the mother of that girl who was 15 years was at home or not. Means Mrs. Dorling was at home or not. See, what is the reply? No, she said. That girl, daughter of Mrs. Dorling, she replied that her mother was not at home. She was outside for any important work, for any urgent work. She was busy in that. Due to that, she was not at home at that time when the narrator reached. So this was the good thing for narrator. If the second time, suppose Mrs. Dorling welcomed her, so there was no possibility to talk over that. But fortunately, the second time narrator was welcomed by, received by not Mrs. Dorling, the greedy lady, but her daughter, who was not aware about all these things. No matter, I said, I will wait for her. The narrator said, though Mrs. Dorling is not presently at home, but I will wait for her. Means narrator was ready to wait for the lady, Mrs. Dorling. Actually, narrator did not want to meet. Narrator only was searching the chance to go inside the house and to see the condition of things which were brought by Mrs. Dorling. In which condition the things were kept. She wanted to see that only. Or in absence of Mrs. Dorling, she got this opportunity. I followed the girl along the passage, an old-fashioned iron Hanukkah, a feast light candle stand that was once used by narrator. She saw that, or it was next to the mirror. That particular Hanukkah, the feast lights candle stands, it was kept near the next to the mirror. We never used it. The narrator is telling that we never used it, as it was very heavy, and it was, here is given, we never used it. It was because much more cumbersome. It was large and heavy and difficult to carry than a single candlestick. The narrator is telling that because that particular Hanukkah, or you can say the feast light candle stands, that was so heavy, that was so large, due to that they never used it, because it was difficult to carry that stand, that candle stand. Writer was observing that thing. Narrator was observing. Even the girl asked the narrator, given the narrator offered to sit, will you not sit down? Asked the girl. She held open the door and leaving of the living room. A writer wanted to follow her. Writer wanted to go inside the house, and she wanted to visit and wanted to see each and everything which was brought by Mrs. Dorling from her house. A writer found herself, where she found herself in the midst of things which she did not hope to see again. Writer had never expected that she will get sick. Another chance to see those things which were important for her and her family. After the first treatment of Mrs. Dorling, she never expected. But fortunately, second time she got opportunity, because she was not received and welcomed by Mrs. Dorling, but her daughter, who was unaware about all their dirty tricks, or which oppressed me in the strange atmosphere because of tasteless way everything was arranged. Writer found that all the things were not arranged systematically. The things which were brought by Mrs. Dorling from her house, those things were not arranged systematically. Because of the ugly furniture and muggy smell of the hung there, I don't know, but I scarcely dare to look around me. The girl moved a chair. Or finally the girl given offer to sit, or for that she gave one chair to the narrator to sit. Narrator sat down or started looking that woolen tablecloth. After sitting on the chair, the narrator who came to inquire, who came to see her things, she started looking that tablecloth. And finally she started touching and rubbing. She followed the lines of pattern, or she remembered that somewhere at the edge there should be a burn mark. When that particular tablecloth was at the house of narrator, it was burnt at some place. Or unfortunately, that burnt place was never repaired. Here is given that there should be a burn mark that had never been repaired. So narrator remembered after seeing that tablecloth. My mother will be back soon, said the girl. Or finally the girl informed the narrator that her mother will come after some time. Or I once given one more offer The girl was hospitable. The daughter of Mrs. Dorling was very hospitable. Even she welcomed the writer warmly, narrator warmly. Even she gave the chair to sit her. Even she said that she had prepared tea for her mother. She gave offered up tea to narrator also. I have already made tea for. Will you have a cup of tea? Narrator said thanks. Because narrator's intention was not enjoy all other things. Her intention, her motive was to only observe and to see the condition of things. Dear students, finally the girl put cups ready on the tea table. She had a broad back. The particular girl of 15-year daughter of Mrs. Dorling had a broad back, just like her mother. Or she poured tea from a white pot. Understood? From kettle she poured the tea. Writer remembered and after that writer remembered she opened a box. In that some spoons were kept. Or when she took out that spoon, to writer at once became emotional, dear students. Because those spoons were of right narrator. Or after seeing each and everything, she became very emotional and very sentimental, dear students. Even narrator is telling that the things which were kept and brought by Mrs. Dorling and kept unsystematically, writer was not knowing that those things, those cutleries were made up of silver. They were so costly. Understood? Or here she hesitated and she walked down the sideboard and wanted to open the drawer. I will look. It is in here. Writer jumped up. He was forgetting the time. Writer has forgotten the time in observing all those things. Now it was getting late. It was getting late, dear students. Writer said to the girl that she must catch the train. Or she must go. Writer walked to the door. The girl pulled the drawer open. Writer can find her own way. Or when she came out after observing all these things, dear students, she concluded in her mind that those things were not important now to see their condition. And one more thing, she has not enough space in her rented room. At the corner of the road, once again she checked the address, or it was Marconi Street, house number 46. Dear students, it was Marconi Street. And the address was, but now the writer didn't want to remember it anymore because she was not in mood to take the things back. She didn't want to take those things to her house. Dear students, finally, what happened? What should the writer will do with them in a small rented room where there is a shred of black out paper still hung along, where there was a small thin pieces of paper hanging on the windows. Means there was not enough space. So how she will take all those things and she will be able to keep in that small rented home or rented room? So she decided to forget. She observed, she found, she was also knew one more surprising thing, that cutleries and all these things were made up of silver. Those things she was not knowing before. And here is given, then I resolved to forget the address. The writer resolved, the writer took resolution, the writer determined. What she determined? That she will never remember that address. She will never remember those things. She will never visit again that house. She will never claim that the things were hers. She will never go to that address. And of all the things that I had forget, that would be the easiest. Writer finally said, dear students, ki it will be the better for her. It will be better for her to forget the things. That will be better for him. That will be easy for him. Understood? So in this day, dear students, the writer's second visit was successful. Though she could not get opportunity, though she could not bring the things back, but ultimately she was successful in her mission to go inside the house of Mrs. Darling, to see the condition of things. Understood? Or even each and everything which were hanging on the wall, which were either it was tablecloth or it was cutleries or it were the antiques, all things were seen by her. Or she found that they were not in good condition. So taking those things back was not useful for her. One. Or second, there was not enough space in her new rented house, room. Due to that, she decided finally to forget those things and not to remember and not to visit the house. Not to remember that address. So this is all about this lesson. Dear students, I hope you have understood. Thank you, dear students.